Welcome back to This Week. Tennessee U.S. Senator Bill Hagerty appeared on Fox News, where he too blamed the latest possible Trump assassination attempt on Democratic rhetoric. Senator Hagerty pointed to Democratic rhetoric, completely ignoring the dangerous, false, and conspiracy theory-filled rhetoric coming from Republicans and the Trump-Vance ticket.
This is another call far too close, and the rhetoric here in America has got to calm down. When you think about what we're seeing in the media, likening Trump to Hitler, the type of rhetoric that's coming from Democrat leaders and politicians, we really need to tone it down. Get down to policies, get down to basics, stop the personal attacks, stop the attacks in the courtroom, and really get down to what the voters want to hear rather than everything that's creating this zone of danger around President Trump. It's just unbelievable that they continue to jack this up. The Democrats will stop at nothing for power. But you know what's interesting, Maria, and I remember this very vividly. President Trump called me on the night of my election in November of 2020. He called to congratulate me, and I said, Mr. President, you're ahead by 700,000 votes in Pennsylvania. I'll be calling you to congratulate you later tonight. And he said, you know, Bill, if I win, it's not because President Biden was my opponent. He said, my true opponent was the media and big tech. I've never forgotten that. I've never forgotten that, Maria. You've got to ask yourself, where is leadership? Is this nothing but just an all-out thirst for power? And they're willing to sacrifice, show hatred for half of America. It's so sad.
Israel was again attacked by Yemen's Houthi rebels, firing a missile at central Israel. Hagerty agrees with the Wall Street Journal, which said the U.S. should have taken action against the Houthis.
Iran is the greatest state sponsor of terror. The Houthis are one of their beneficiaries. These are not Iranian, these are not Houthi rockets. These are not Houthi technologies. This is Iranian technology and funding that's driving all of this. The Biden administration needs to shut Iran down. They won't because they've waged war on domestic energy here. They're trying to maintain oil prices in America for the election. The result of that is unrest around the world. We're seeing it take place right now with the Houthis firing in the Middle East. We need to step up and stand strong against this. We should have shut the Houthis down from the get-go. This talk of escalation, go right back to the source. It's Iran. Shut down Iran.
And as the nation's budget deficit nears $1.9 trillion, Hagerty blames Democrats for a possible government shutdown.
The Democrats in the Senate are unwilling to do anything. We've had our appropriations bills ready for months. Chuck Schumer continues to just bring show bills and radical nominees in front of us. He's cruising to shutdown. And they don't want to do anything to acknowledge what the real threat is at our southern border. What they're really trying to do, and we've forced them to a vote on this, Maria, you and I have talked about it before. They want these people to come in here so they can get them into these states that are losing population, so they can increase electoral votes there. Clearly, they want to register them to vote. That's happening in certain states right now. This is deeply concerning to Americans. The Democrats do not want to act. We're going to come to a crisis point here very, very soon. It's going to be interesting to see what comes out of that. It's a state of play that's been going on long since I got to the Senate. But the time has come for the American people to speak out. I think that they are. I hope that my colleagues in the United States Senate will get the word, this has to come to an end. These continuing resolutions are as reckless as they can possibly be. We have the appropriations bills ready to go. Chuck Schumer needs to get the word, bring them to the floor, let us do our work, let's act responsibly in the United States Senate.
Real quick, are you willing to take it to the mat and shut down the government or shut down the border, shut down the government and not succumb to all of these games every quarter, it seems?
We'll see what the options are, but I certainly have gotten to that point with them in the past. So I'm looking forward to see where we land on this one in the coming weeks.
I want to thank you for spending part of your weekend with us, and welcome to fall. That will do it for another edition of This Week. We'll hope to see you back here next weekend for another edition of This Week, and you have a great week.